Hey everybody, Michael Snyder, California Weather Watch. Today is November 4th, and right now we are looking at the infrared satellite imagery. Check out our storm system out over the Pacific Ocean. Looks beautiful here on the GOES 18 satellite. We got precipitation moving across the region right now, but that is not the main frontal system here. That's the most powerful one is right back there, and that's going to be moving through as we go through tonight and in through the day tomorrow, bringing some strong winds, precipitation, thunderstorm potential, big waves with it also. So we'll dive into all those details and we'll take a look at the extended forecast. Will Southern California eventually be included in this fund as we go on in towards the mid portion of November? We'll take a look at the latest on that. So again, this precipitation is not what's coming for the Bay Area. This will not propagate down the coastline. It's this out here. So you still have a little bit of time. Get those Halloween decorations down and whatnot. Get prepared. Maybe clean out the drains of those leaves that have fallen. And you can see there's some thunderstorms back there as well. That could be moving across the area also. So if you want a nice, affordable home weather station, record all this crazy weather we get here along the West Coast, this is the one to do it. No moving parts, nearly zero maintenance, all solar powered, all wireless. Click on the link down below to save 10% off. I highly recommend this station. Now, you can see the National Weather Service offices are definitely calling attention to this storm coming up. This is Eureka National Weather Service. There's some power outages possible. This is also Eureka and calling attention to some of these strong winds, mainly 2 p.m. Tuesday to 3 p.m. on Wednesday. The Bay Area, same thing. You can see the high wind warnings. Look at that. Some gusts to 65 North Bay Pacific Coast. That is in that orange area right there. But the San Francisco Bay Area is included in this wind advisory as well as Livermore, Concord, Napa, Santa Rosa, and Cloverdale. And that goes through 4 p.m. on Wednesday. And also some of the speeds. Look at that. San Francisco, 45, 50 miles per hour. Also some strong winds coming for the higher terrain of the Sierra Nevada and Northern California as well. I'll show you some of that here in a moment. But we also are bringing the storm system in here. It's going to coincide with some of the king tides as well. We got storm warnings and we got some coastal flood advisories. Again, high water levels, some precipitation running off with the king tides, nowhere to go with big waves coming in there, could be problematic for the coastal communities. Now, taking a look here, you can see Sacramento maybe 40, Red Bluff 45, Redding 40, Bernie, Susanville, some gusty winds, especially South Lake Tahoe, and across some of the ridgetop of the Sierra Nevada, pretty darn right windy, and I'll show you more on that here in a moment. But you can see the snow levels, 7,000 feet, maybe a few inches of snow as across I-80. It's not going to amount to much, but it can make things slick. And you can see the overall precipitation totals through Thursday night. Look at that, Sims 4 to 6. Redding 2 to 3, Bay Area probably a quarter of an inch to a half an inch when all things are said and done, maybe a bit more across Sacramento. So this is a Reno National Weather Service. Look at this ridgetop gust to 100 miles per hour, and it does mention places like Reno, Carson City, and this is from 1 a.m. Wednesday to 1 a.m. on Thursday. Some big winds coming in here across some of the exposed areas and the higher terrain, so heads up for that. Now, looking at the North American model. So again, you can kind of see what's going on right now. Excuse me. And this is not what's coming for the Bay Area. Like I mentioned, that's just kind of hanging out and pushing north. And then the stronger front arrives as we go through very late tonight. And you see Northwest California, big time rain coming in here, folks. A lot of rain. This is just 6-hour totals, and you can kind of see some of that Bay Area getting the rainfall moving across the Sierra Nevada. Goes into the central coast there and really doesn't go too much farther, but you could tease out some precipitation across the southern Sierra Nevada on the windward slopes there as this pushes through. And then we go off in towards Thursday afternoon. Another system's going to be coming in here. That'll be northern zones as well. So another round of precipitation. No rest for the wary there for Northwest California. And then we'll take a look at the extended forecast here starting right now with the artificial intelligence. So there's what's going on right now. And then you can see the next system roll in here, push down towards the central coast. Then there's Thursday's system again across northern zones there. Then we look to see what's going to happen off through the extended forecast. Get a bit of a ridge here across the West USA, but the models continue to show some energy start to get down into Southern California as we go on in through next week. So the timing on that is probably at some point next Wednesday and maybe next Thursday. And that looks like a pretty potent storm. It's showing up with some heavy precipitation there across some of Southern California. There's no guarantees. It's still kind of a fantasy forecast right now, but the models have been very consistent in showing Southern California getting some active weather here as we go towards the mid portion of November. Now, I want to kind of show you the timing on the winds here. So this is as we're going this morning, some gusty southerly winds, but they definitely pick up as we go through this afternoon. There we are through this evening. Now we're going on, it's about 1 a.m. here. It starts to pick up for the Bay Area, starts to really blow across the higher terrain of the Sierra Nevada, Siskiyous, Klamath Range, Cascades, coastal areas starting to get windy also. And that continues on in through the day Wednesday. Pretty blustery day and strong winds across the Sierra Nevada, getting down towards the southern Sierra Nevada as well. Some onshore flow across the transverse and the peninsular range there out of the west, so pretty gusty down there also, but not a lot of precipitation expected across southern zones. And then we look at the wave action. So check this out as we go on in towards Tuesday. So Wednesday is going to be a bit more problematic. So we get some bigger waves rolling in here, and that is going to coincide with some of these king tides along the California coastline. And then as we go on in through Thursday, yet again, look at that wave height increase on the day Thursday. Definitely some coastal flooding potential with this action. Again, with the king tides out there, the water levels are going to be high. Now, looking at that daily 2-meter max temperature, I just thought I'd show this. This is Tuesday, November 4th. This is today. There's tomorrow. We cool down a bit here as that frontal system is going through. And then we go through Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. You see how we kind of cool down a little bit there right at the end of the run. Maybe those storm systems trying to roll down all the way through Southern California. We'll see how that goes. And total precipitation in inches. We'll scroll through this pretty quick, and then we're going to go off towards next week. And you'll see it continues to show that precipitation start to build up as we go through next week, and some of it could be heavy across some of Southern California. So lots to watch here over the next few days. I'll keep doing these briefings daily as long as things look active across the state of California. Otherwise, I'll probably put out briefings like every other day or so when things are not so active. Now, taking a look at total snow-Kuchera ratio in inches, and I'll scroll through there. You can see a few inches of snowfall. That is with this system. That's falling, very early tomorrow morning, and again, a few inches out there. So just kind of keep a heads up on that if that is in your interest. And then we'll look at the 6 to 10 day above normal. But what's of more note, here's the 6 to 10 day. They're starting to show that above normal precipitation all the way through Southern California. So the Climate Prediction Center is paying attention. Glad to see it. Patreon page as well. Check it out. Great way to donate some of your hard-earned money towards the channel if you like. And what else? We'll do this all again tomorrow. And I will, well, actually, we may not. I will be out live streaming. So if you want to see what I'm doing tomorrow, check out the Pacific Northwest Weather Watch page. And if I don't go out, then of course I will do my daily briefings, and I'll try to take my show on the road. We'll see how that goes, but you may not hear from me for a day or two coming up here if I am out live streaming. Depends on how it goes. So anyway, yeah, we'll do this all again in the next few days, and I'll talk to you guys then.